Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a Blu Ray review for The Grifters, number 1 from the 101 Films Black Label, this new range that they've done. I did the Existence yesterday. That's because I wouldn't have watched first because I was more interested about The Grifters. I thought I had seen before, but when I was watching the movie, I don't remember too much about it, so I'm unsure if I actually had or not. And this movie is directed by Stephen Frears, came out in 1990, and it is basically about these three characters. You have Lily, played by Angelica Houston, you have Roy, played by Joan Cusack, and you have Myra, played by Annette Bening. Three grifters, three characters whose lives interlock and just explode. You have Roy, who seems like the main character, but he's probably the sort of anchor between these two women, and he is a small-time grifter doing little hustles. We see him doing little things in bars, just trying to make a buck and kind of collect some cash. We have Myra, who's his girlfriend, who is also a hustler, a grifter, but Roy and Myra don't know that they're both con people. They just think that she thinks that Roy's just a general thing, a general worker, and Roy just, I don't know what he thinks Myra does, but he just doesn't think that she's a grifter. And then you have Lily, who seems to have had that kind of life but has moved on to a grander scale, working for a bookmaker, trying to bring down the prices of horses so that the bookmaker doesn't have to pay out as much as they would normally have to do. And it turns out that Lily is Roy's mother. And when she gets sent on a job out in Los Angeles, she looks in their son, discovers that he's seriously ill, gets him the medical attention she needs, and then their disruptive family starts to reassert itself as you find out these people had a troubled past. Lily had Roy at a very young age. Roy kind of resented the way he was treated and brought up. And Lily's kind of curious about this family dynamic, and especially about Lily, because Lily and Myra seem to butt heads a lot throughout the movie. And it's one of these movies that on the surface is one thing, but it's very much something else down below, much like some of the cons that they appear in this movie. This was a low budget movie where a couple of the main actors who were used to getting far better salaries took a cut to star in this movie. It is produced by Martin Scorsese, and it has this kind of dark underbelly of this life, this con grift life. It doesn't make it out to be glamorous. It doesn't make it out to be they're walking away rich. These people are having to work hard to make the money that they do by robbing other people, and it is a poisonous environment that leads to poisoned relationships and just constant distrust of everybody around about you and just tearing everybody asunder. It's a movie that kind of decays in front of your eyes. You see relationships fall apart into the most, well, the kind of ending that always going to end once these things start to deteriorate. There is some fantastic performances here, and as you watch the movie you realise this story is more about the women than it is about Roy. Roy is kind of the central part of this, but he's what brings these women together, and these are both extremely strong women within this movie. You have Myra, who seems to be willing to use what she has, which is her womanly ways, to get almost whatever she wants, and you have Lily, who's kind of moved by that stage and just tries to be a little bit smarter, a little bit more clever, almost pretend as if she's towing the line, but she isn't really. I really liked The Grifters. It was a movie that almost instantly caught me. It has this really bright aesthetic because it's in Los Angeles. It's sunny, it's always nicely shot, it's well lit, it looks like a beautiful vista around about them, but it's perpetrated by these terrible characters. Not one of them is particularly nice, and they're all willing to throw each other under the bus at a moment's notice. They're despicable people, but it's fascinating to watch, and it's kind of characters that you know they're all bad, but you do have a kind of preference, and some of their actions will literally turn your stomach at what these people are willing to do to get away with some amount of cash. It's just horrible. It's entertaining as hell. It breezes by. It's a quick movie. It is well shot. It is tremendously well acted. Great direction, and it's a movie that has kind of fallen away. It's not one that I hear talked about much, and it is terrific, well worth picking up. It's a great transfer. There's not a great deal of extras on this disc, but there is one that is simply fantastic, and that is a 71.5-minute long retrospective documentary about the making of this movie and how it came together. And it's fascinating, it's well put together, it's lots of snappy information that just, it's insightful, It's delightful to listen to, and it's just entertaining as well, almost as entertaining as the film itself. A couple of essays in the book that comes with this release as well, and there'll probably be an unboxing that I've already put up in the channel of this movie, but this is another fantastic release. This is a movie that I'll go back to a lot. Don't know why it doesn't really get mentioned much these days, but man, this thing is terrific. If you haven't seen it, treat yourself, pick this disc up. It is awesome. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie The Grifters. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.